Hi everyone, I'm Jason Jurtich, and this is the Mobile Philosopher. In this video, we're going to see how to use Google Forms to create acceptance declarations that the students or employees can sign with their email address digitally. So here we're going to go to New, and then More, and then Google Forms. Once we have our Google Form opened up, we're just going to fill out the essential information. And then down here, under description, we're going to put our norms. Okay, so after I have my norms here, I can easily put spaces in between these things, and I can add paragraphs. The paragraphs can be as long as you want. This will easily handle many Word document pages, the equivalent to Word document pages. So you can put as many things you want here to make sure that everyone accepts everything in one fell swoop. And then down here under Untitled Question, you can say, I agree. Or you can put something like, for example, please accept, which is probably better in this case. And down here, you can put, I agree. And then down here, I do not agree. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. You can put paragraphs in the description area here, but you cannot put paragraphs here. So do not try to put all the norms and rules in a question. It's not going to work. It only accepts lines here. So even if you try to put paragraphs and things like that, it won't accept it here. And down here, you do not have to put I do not agree. This is simply if you want to see if there's something very delicate within the norms that you need to see if a student has denied or something like that. But normally I actually leave this one out so that both students and employees only have this one option. This is really not necessary unless you really need it for some specific reason. Down here, we're going to click on required, otherwise they won't have to fill that out. And once we're done with this area here, that's all we have to do. We have to go up here to settings. And then in settings, we're going to go here to general. We do not need presentation or quizzes for this part. We just clicked on collect email address, which is what's going to give us our digital signature. Response receipts. This is completely optional. You do not need it. But if it's an acceptance declaration, it's very nice to send it automatically to their email address so that they know that they have indeed accepted this. And then down here, we have to restricting it to the institution which the person is at. And then here, finally, limit to one response, so we don't have them responding to this various times. We do not need anything else in relationship to the options that the Google Form offers us. So once these things are finally filled out, we're going to go here and click on Save. After that's done, then we have this all ready to go to fill it out. So we're going to go here to our preview and see how it looks. Now we have our acceptance declaration ready to go. After we have our information here, we can go down here and click on I agree. And then down here, we can click on Submit. And that will sign digitally this acceptance declaration. So let's go back now to the other one that we have. And as you can see here, we have something that says responses and then one. So I can actually go here and see who has responded and who has accepted in this case. And then here we can go to the spreadsheet and actually look at all this information within a Google spreadsheet if you need to query the information further for some specific reason. So for example here, if you see, we can see that we have the date and the time, which is very clearly marked here. Under timestamp, we have the person whose email we've used, and we have the statement that they agree. Now, why is this important? The reason why this should equal the same weight as a normal signature is because, in theory, this person is the only one who can access this account. If there's more than one person, obviously this would not work. So you have to be very careful that if you're going to use acceptance declarations, you know for sure that the employees or students have only their access to their own account, so that it's not having three people with the same account, because then this would not work. But presupposing that only one person has access to a particular account, then in theory, it should be only that person signing this acceptance declaration and no one else, because I'm automatically collecting the email addresses in this case. I repeat, if you think that someone has access, if more than one person has access to one account, this would not be efficient. So you have to be very careful that previously in some other form, at least at the beginning, they have signed something that states that they and only they will enter their account. So that if someone else, if they come back stating that, oh, I didn't sign that or whatever, then you know that you can pull out something that says, actually, they've said, no, you said that you're the only one who has access to this account, and therefore we must accept this as you and you alone. So it's very important to underline this with both students and employees, that they should never give their password to anyone, so that these acceptance declarations and these digital signatures are actually valid in this case. As long as that happens, this should be of equal weight to a normal signature in this case, as long as that is taken care of. So we're going to go back here to the normal one, as you can see here, to close our session up here. Here you can also see if they have not accepted, so you have to be very careful with this. If somebody did not accept, you have to go back and make sure they do, if you had to leave that as another option. But again, I'm underlining that is not necessary, and normally with just doing this here, by getting rid of this one, you should be more than fine in regards to what you need for your acceptance declarations. So hopefully this has helped you guys. If you need any to clarify anything else, please leave the comments down below the video, and I'll be more than happy to do so. Thank you very much, and take care.